Lindsey Buckingham has finally spoke out about his exit from Fleetwood Mac. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. The singer-guitarist was at a fundraiser last night for Mike Levin, a Democratic candidate for California's 49th Congressional District. During the show, Buckingham told the crowd, "It's been an interesting time on a lot of levels. For me personally, probably some of you know that for the last 3 months, I have sadly taken leave of my band of 43 years, Fleetwood Mac. This was not something that was really my doing or my choice. I think what you would say is that there were factions within the band that had lost their perspective." At that point, someone in the crowd yells, "Blank Stevie Nicks." Lindsey Buckingham just raises his hand and says, well, it doesn't really matter. The point is that they've lost their perspective. And what that did was to harm, and this is the only thing I'm really sad about, the rest of it becomes an opportunity. It harmed the 43-year legacy that we had worked so hard to build. And that legacy was really about rising above difficulties in order to fulfill one's higher truth and one's higher destiny. He then went on to talk about the loss of perspective that he thinks is happening in Washington right now, concerning the checks and balances. As we reported a few weeks ago, Lindsey Buckingham has been replaced by two guys, Mike Campbell of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and Neil Finn of Crowded House and Split Enz. Fleetwood Mac will start their tour in October. There are no tour dates on Lindsey Buckingham's webpage. Lindsey did not really say an awful lot. And obviously, from the comment coming from the crowd, I think it was a woman who yelled that out about Stevie Nicks, he didn't want to really stir the pot that much. Of course, he will talk more in the future. What really happened, we may never know, but I think Lindsey Buckingham will speak to the press. Everyone's trying to get an interview with him right now. We have reached out to him, but of course, it's probably going to be Rolling Stone or Billboard magazine, and rightly so. They've earned the right to talk to Lindsey Buckingham before we have. There's a lot of rumors circling around about why it happened. Some folks saying that Lindsey's difficult to work with. You're describing half the music world right there. But there are some larger allegations about abuse with Stevie Nicks in the early days and sort of an ongoing, arduous relationship with either him and Stevie Nicks or him and the band. All I can say is I don't know, and no one outside the band really knows. Maybe some people on the periphery. And this is like politics in a lot of ways. There's always going to be, Lindsey Buckingham telling his side of the story, and he will tell his side of the story. And then, of course, Stevie Nicks and or the rest of Fleetwood Mac telling their side of the story. The fans will either pick sides or they won't. As I mentioned before, Lindsey was my favorite part of the band. I love the early part, I like the Peter Green stuff. 1975, I was 15 years old. I was one of the first to buy that self-titled Fleetwood Mac album. The first with Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks, and it meant a lot to me, and I couldn't have imagined it getting 10 times better with Rumors. They're a great band. It's too bad this is happening. Never say never. There's always time for a reunion later on. It's just not going to happen on this tour. This needs to, the dust needs to settle a little bit. But one thing at a time, right? What do you think? Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. And remember, go to our swag store. You can buy a Rock History Music t-shirt, sweatshirt, or a mug. Partial proceeds go to St. Jude's Hospital for their research department. And the rest goes to Rock History Music to expand our channel. You're going to see some new faces on this channel in the next few months. I'll always be the main guy, but there are some new people coming on board. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music.